in controller. What is controller? Lata? Hello?
Multiple users and execute the test suite.
Okay. What is the schedule-based scenario?
Schedule-based scenario. Sharing ramp up and ramp down.
Yeah. Schedule by group?
Schedule by group. One ramp up down and ramp up duration.
Ramp up and down duration and same to the number of virtual users are also different. What is the real world schedule, basic schedule? Suraj, you are there? Start a class.
I'm following the class, Anna, but I have call for 5 minutes now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real world means multiple ramp up, multiple ramp down, multiple duration. Basic schedule means single ramp up, single ramp down, single duration. Okay. And going to the, what is the ramp up?
Ramp up increase the load.
Gradually
on the server.
load. Yes. What is the ramp down?
Reduce the load from the server.
Reduce the load. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Next. What is the elapsed time?
Ramp up down and ramp up standard alone times.
Yes.
Only
Right. This is the ramp up and steady status. We can call it as a, this is the steady status. Nothing but duration and ramp down. Including this all, we can call it as a elapsed time. Okay. During the test, what things we can do? We can add the users and we can add the scripts during the test. Okay, it's clear for now. So going to the, I will explain further in design what are the options we have. And when you are designing a scenario, right, each script also we want to design the runtime settings also. Maybe you are doing for the schedule by group, means every script will be have their different, right? So that is means runtime settings also is a different, means you need to set the runtime settings. You have the options, you can observe. This is the start scenario, means you want execution start, means click on that. And this is the virtual users. If you want to add virtual users, you can click on that and you can add virtual users. Means we need to add and we can delete also virtual user. That is the virtual user. This is the, and this is the add group. Add group nothing but you want to add any one of the script, you can click on this and click on OK. You can observe, see one group is added. That is the add group. Maybe you want to remove, you can select this and you can remove. See, it is removed. So this is the add group nothing but we want to add a, what are the any script we want to add, you can add. If you want to delete any of the script from here, you can delete this. And after that, okay, we have the, this is the one more option. Once you can select only, it will highlight it. You can observe runtime settings. So each script will be different runtime settings will be there. You can click on that and we need to design the runtime settings like general and run logic. So run logic, if you want to create for the number of blocks or number of iterations, mean you can give for here. And pacing. So if you want give for the any pacing for this particular request, you can give for the number of seconds, like fixed or random, whatever maybe we need select. So these runtime settings will be, every script will be, they will give for the one document. In the document, for example, web HTTP HTML, run logic is a one iteration, pacing will be fixed 60 seconds. And after that think time, they were giving for the, what is the think time as a replay think time is, you can give this one. Maybe they are given any think time, you can enter for the think time here, limited think time, like it's a 10 seconds or how many seconds you want, you can give for here. And that's same to the logs. Already I told for in when runtime setting time. So run logic in the log, nothing but we want to disable the log. When you are doing for the test, you should be disable these logs. See, your disable is completed. I started recording, right? Yeah, recording start. Okay. Logs you want to disable for this, and browser emulation settings. So these all settings you want to check. See, proxy settings also. If you want proxy, means you can give for the anything proxy can say. If you no need proxy, can give for the no proxy. And one more thing, and preferences. And if you want give for the like see, this will be every time will be fixed only in preferences. And advanced mode also will be there. So these will be all options, and you need to select any one of this. And this is the important. Miscellaneous is important. So every time miscellaneous you are running for the any web-based applications, you need to give for the run user as a thread, not a run user as a process. So when you are switch from the run user thread to run user process, means maybe that application is not a web application, it is a desktop based application, a Citrix based application. You can go with the run user as a process. Because why we can move from the run user thread means, so when you are executing run user thread, what will happen means some memory will be occupied, right? That memory will be one MDR engine will be, it is approximately 55 users will be occupied. But when you are executing a run user process, maybe if you selected that, so every one user only it is take for the 5 MB memory. So means it is a memory consumption will be high. So all web-based application means we must go with the run user as a thread only. Maybe it is a Windows-based application, then you can go with the run user as a process. So these settings you need to set up this each and every script. Now I'm setting only for web HTML. And after changes is completed, you can click on OK, and automatically it will changes done. And if you want change for these settings, you can click on again. Again, you need to click on the runtime settings. And you need to, what are the settings is applicable for this script, you need to update those. Okay, that is the runtime setting. And this is the parameter list. For this script, you have any parameters, it will be display those parameters. Just if you want see means, you can click on that. And after that, this is the details. So if you click on details, means nothing but load generator. If you want which script, which load generator we are added, if you want means you can click on this, and we are able to see the details. And this is the view script. Which script you are selected, the script you want to view means you want to see for in views, and means you can click on this, automatically views and script will be open. Okay, and after that, these are the options. Create new scenario means you are creating any new scenario, you can click on this. And current scenario, if you want to save, you can click on save, and you want to create for the scenario. And this is the open existing scenario, you can click on this. If you want to open existing means already we are done for the any scenario created, you want to open again means you can click on for the existing. This is the save current means current you want to save means you can click on that. It will asking for the where you want to save. It is a see, you can observe scenario 1 LRS. For example, you are doing for the any test means you are giving for the for example sample test. You can observe. So controller scenario is the execution. What is the extension of controller scenario execution means .lrs. .lrs. Load runner scenario. What is the extension in control is .lrs. So you can save it. So where it is saving document in controller scenario. See, it is a save. So that is for save. This is for load generator. If you click on this, if you want a load generator, add load generator means click on it and enter for the load generator and select for the which platform like Linux or Windows. You can select and click on OK, and automatically it will add it. After added, if you want disconnect means you can click on this disconnect, And again, if you want disconnect, you can click. And if you want connect, you can click. Means you want to delete also we have there. If you want delete means you can click on this particular what is the selected, that load generator will be deleted. And so these all options we can do for the load generator point of view. And this is for the that is no need. This is for the virtual user generator. Means if you want to open that, it will automatically which script it is open automatically. This is for the load runner analysis file. So what are we discussed here? Same also we are able to see here. New, open, close, save as, and view script, and scenario start and exit, and results. We want to analyze the results means where we can analyze the results. Analysis tool. Okay, and we want tools. These all things will be options. In this document, it's clear for this enter this up to this. So this is also important. Service level agreement. What is service level agreement? Already I told SLA means each and every transaction we are meeting SLA or not. We are SLA will be 2 seconds. Means we are meeting SLA or not. If you want to observe means we need to create for the SLA also. Like if you want to create for the SLA means click on new and you can click on next. And if you want to see here transaction response time, if you want percentage mode or average, because we are concentrate for the average only, right? Transaction response time. So you can click on average response time and click on next. And it is asking for the what are the transactions you are giving for the 2 seconds SLA. It is asking. So you can pull here, login. Sorry, first will be launch and login. And after login, click on flight. And after click on flight to find flight and find flight payment details and logout. So these all transactions I'm adding for the SLA. And here it is asking load criteria. So if you want to this transaction per second are running users load criteria, you are compare with this. Which one? Running users are per second, transaction per second, or transaction per passed. So transaction response time will be we want to concentrate for the number of transactions per second, right? You can select this one. Otherwise, if you want transaction per second, I am taking okay. And if you want none also, you can take for the none. Means there is no load criteria. If you want give means you can select for the running users means you can select for the number of running users. And if you want for transaction per second, you want you can observe less than 2 means our SLA we need to define here. Less than 2 seconds is fine and greater than equal to 2. Less than 0 to 2. Less than 0 or greater than equal to 2. So we need to assigning this one. Less than means it is not crossing more than 0 and it is greater than equal to 2 only. It is asking. Otherwise we can give for the 2 only because less than 2. Okay, less than 2 means we are meeting SLA or greater than equal to 2. We are giving for the assign the SLA like this and click on this and you can observe transaction. We are giving for the less than 2 or greater than or equal to 2 for this all transactions. Transaction response time average we are comparing. Okay, and we want to apply all transaction. Click on this and you can apply for the all the transactions. Okay, and click on next and we are different transaction, right? You can finish it. So you can observe here transaction response time average we are created for the SLA. Before doing the test, you need to create for the, if you want means you can create like this. If you don't want means no problem. Okay. So this is the design part. So going to the run time. You can observe runtime. So what are the options we are seeing? Same options will be there here also. And you can observe you have a scenario group. Which scenario was designed, those scenarios will be displayed here. And we have the some states will be there like down, pending, initialization, ready, run, reduces, and pause, fail, error, gradual existing, and existing stop. So means while during the test we will be It's going to the one by step. This is the status. Like down means before start the test, it is every user will be down status. Once you can start, it's a ramp up is starting and it is going to the run state. And all users will be coming to the run state after ramp up is completed. All user will coming to the here and every user will be performing their transactions. It will wait for the until how much duration it will execute. After duration is completed, one user will be gradually existing. Means one user will be exit from the application. Means it's a ramp down and stop the all users. Okay, if you are getting any error, any user, it will show for the any how many users will be getting to error. So this is the scenario group and going to the here scenario status. So while during the test, you should monitor the running users and elapsed time nothing but including for the ramp up, ramp down and duration and hit per second. Hit per second means when your application hitting, some hits will be happening per second. So it is calculated for the, you can observe last 60 seconds means every second how the hits is happening, how many hits is happening, it will calculate for the hit per second. And pass transaction means during the test, you should know the how many transactions is passing, like login, how many transaction passed. If you are failing any transactions, error. So during the test, you should monitor this. And during the test, we should monitor for the these graphs also, running user graph, transaction response time graph, hit per second graph, and transaction seconds and error throughput. These are all things you should monitor. And it's clear. Design and run, we have this is the controller. So now during the test, what are the things we should be monitor? That is the very important. Maybe I'll start the test. Before start the test, I can, this is the, I think not this one, right? We have the task manager will be there. We'll see the CPU memory. Now CPU is 82%. So more than 80% only we are considered as a CPU memory utilization, not sufficient. But my system already it is occupied for the 82%. So and CPU will be 39%. So during the test also we need monitor for the CPU memory also very important. So now I'm starting the scenario and we can observe for the how the test is going. See, when I click on this and the elapsed time will be starting from the second, 1 second, 2 seconds. And you can observe users will be ramp upping to and coming from the run state, every user. And you need to observe for the graphs also. You can click on running users. So you need to see that this is the running users, means users will be ramp up will be going like this. And this is the after ramp up is coming. See, you can observe this is the ramp up going like this. Still ramp up is going. You can observe during the test also we should monitor for the running user graph how users will be ramp upping. And same to the transactions. Transaction nothing but login and which transactions now is performing. What is the average response time also we are able to see the during the test. Got it? So this is the response time and hits already I told that it's we are getting for the how the hits is going. So its graph will be look like this, means it is going up and down, this is happening. It's and throughput also it is generating. How it's generating and the throughput also it will generate it. What is the throughput means? It's a bytes received from the server. And if you want to see the error statistics, so you are getting any errors, it will display for the errors. So what is the error we want to see means you can go to here and you can go to the click on this, we are able to see the error also. Okay, and this is the transaction per second graph. You are able to see the each and every transaction. You can click on login, it will highlighted for the login transaction. And see, you can observe this is the average response time of each and every transaction. So right now will be all transaction within 1 second is happening, means your test is going to went good. And you can observe here failed transaction, passed transaction will be 66, failed will be 1. And you can observe that what is the failed transaction, passed transaction we can able to see. In the action, it is a failing transaction, one transaction. Okay. And password will be, you can observe, click and flight will be 8 pass and launch URL 10 pass. And we are able to see this all. And I same to during the test, you should monitor for the CPU memory also. So this is also very important. So during the test, you can observe. So last time it is there for 82%. Now it is occupied for the 83. It is coming. Yes, during the test, some memory is occupying and CPU will be occupying memory. So you need to concentrate for the why it is crossing more than 80%. We should monitor. So that is thing also very important during the test. So during the test, you should monitor these all things. Nothing you can do it. Okay, you need to monitor like this only. When it is complete the test, you can open results and we can analyze the results. So and so we have these all available graphs also we have. And so for here, which graph you want, you can select that. See, this is the running graphs. What are the graphs? Error second user with running users. And transactions graphs, transaction per second, transaction response time. If you click on this, automatically the graph will be, you are able to see here. If you want to add any pass or failed transactions, so you are able to click on this. See, some action, one transaction is failed. So that is why it is showing this graph. So you can click on this. What are the graphs it will display? It will display for the all. So these are the settings. So apart from this, we are able to see the web resources also. HTTP response graph also. Like how many HTTP 200 and 500. 200 means what? You are getting for the request you are sending, and response also you are getting, means valid response. We can call it as a 200. And you are seeing 500, anything is there, nothing will be there, means your test is going to went good only. If you see for the any 400, 300 or 500 or something errors, means you need to observe the how many errors you are getting for the average. So average it is showing for the error count 500 will be 0.003% only. Means if you are doing the test, maybe you are crossing more than 4%, then this is test is not valid. But you can observe error it is showing for the only 0.003% only. By adding that graph, you need to know for that. You can observe this Unix resource. Unix no need. We need for the Windows resource. Windows resource nothing but CPU memory point of view also. You can click on this, and if you add measurements, you can click on this and click on add and enter for the name, machine name 127.0. Localhost will be Windows. Okay, and if you want to add resource like CPU memory, how we need to add means processor time nothing but so CPU. If you can add it. Okay. So adding or not. See, processor nothing but CPU. If you want any graphs, means you can add for the add, and if you want anything, you can add for this. Processor type only one. Maybe during the test we are unable to add this. Okay, I will explain for that. See, Kit is adding. Okay, so during the test also processor type. We can delete this and we can add again. Okay, Okay, we can add here like CPU, processor, nothing but what are you need to add. I'm adding this, and if you want user time, you can select for the user time. Some in processor, these are the sub counters. Which one you want, you can add. Maximum CPU point of view, we need to add for this processor time, user time. Okay. See what are I added, and after that you can click on this. And if you want memory counters, you can check for the memory also. We have the memory also will be there. See memory. Sorry, memory. See in memory, we also able to see the like available bytes, means how many now is available, and we want for the committed bytes also. Committed bytes means how many committed, means how many committed bytes. Those will be we need. Okay, can click on the C, it's added, and click on OK. And you can observe it is started for this also. See processor time, total processor and processor user time, and how many available bytes it will be calculated. So during the test, see now it's a graph scale. You can observe. So minimum and how much is available means right now how much memory is available you are able to see. This is the average we need to concentrate. And how many committed means how much is committed is completed. If you want to see means you can see this also. And settings. And we know for the CPU memory also, no need to check for the here. So we are adding for here only. So during the test, you should monitor for this is also how much is committed, how much happening, and what is the processor time happening. So average will be processor nothing but memory, sorry, CPU. So 14 only it is showing for the processor. So like this, we should be monitor for the during the test. So this is also you need to add very important Windows resources. Windows resources nothing but our like CPU memory, C processor time and user time. So our test is still is going. So like this, we should monitor for a test. So we'll do. Okay, I'm stopping the test because these things will be you should monitor. So everyone is fine for this. How to we are executing? What are the things we are monitoring? Lata?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please practice. If you not practice, right, you will not every day will be. Okay, we are mostly finished for the controller. Tomorrow we'll go with the analyzer. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you for joining. We'll meet for tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.